Friends, this is Frederick Henry, and thank you for listening to the Frederick Henry Podcast Show, or the Frederick Henry Show. I just want to share with you some thoughts today. Sometimes when things are fouled up beyond recognition, one wonders if it isn't possible to start over. Can we go back? We can't go backwards. That's not even possible. But in the political realm, Donald Trump, the press, the Democrats, the resistance, the persistence, on and on, the COVID, the Black Lives Matter, the whatever. It's craziness. You and I are tiring of it. I know you are. I am. And so what if we were to say, that instead of the kente cloth and the kneeling on the knee and the Black Lives Matter and the riots and the burnings and the destruction and the fake news and everything, if everybody, Republicans and Democrats alike, president and leadership at the Congress level, could maybe make the November election a time to get along. Like Rodney King said, can't we just get along? It's tiring, it's exhausting. I know the American people are getting exhausted, and after the exhaustion is going to be anger on the part of the masses, not a part of Black Lives Matter, not on the part of a few fringe, radical, fascist, socialist, globalist groups, but on the part of the American people. Now, in previous podcasts, I have said that I congratulate the American people. I really do. Not that who am I to congratulate the American people, but I want you to know I feel that we did a great job. We voluntarily complied with the shutdown, lockdown, COVID, 6 foot, wear a mask, everything. We voluntarily gave up certain of our civil liberties and civil rights. We voluntarily agreed to obey. We weren't forced to obey. We weren't coerced to obey. The government does not have the structure. The police department does not have the structure. The federal government does not have the structure. Only the use of force and the troops and guns and machine guns and all kinds of terrible things could force us. We were not forced into this. We voluntarily complied with the president. The president came to us with the best knowledge that he had by Fauci and Birx and the others, saying that this is what they think is the case. 2.4 million deaths after 200 million infections. That never happened. So we complied because we were asked to comply. We gave up a lot of freedoms, a lot of liberties, a lot of our economy. We gave up a lot. We gave up our jobs. We gave up our security. We gave up our freedom. But we did it peacefully. We did it willingly. We did it as a voluntary compliance with the request. I want to emphasize that. I think people need to talk that way, with the request of the government that we do these things. So, having done all these things now, and we're seeing that it doesn't do any good. There's antagonism, the fake news, the lying news, the globalist news, the anti-Trump news, the anti-Trumpers, the protesters, the Antifa, the Black Lives Matters, the Democrats with the kente cloth kneeling, absurdness. Unbelievable. The day I would ever imagine that the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the most powerful person after the President and the Vice President in the United States of America, would kneel on one knee in a red dress with kente cloth for 8 minutes, I was amazed and astounded and abominably upset. I can't tell you, I found that to be an abomination that a Speaker of the United States Congress should even think of doing such a thing. So, now that we've fouled everything up beyond recognition, maybe we can say to each other, let's come to our senses, let's pull it all together, let's get our act together, as my dad would say, and let's put it together again for America. For America. President Trump is leading us to an economic rebound. He's leading us to an economic reemployment. He's leading us to a financial resurgence. He's leading us into the future. It's going to be beautiful. The resistance is doing nothing but destroying, and it's not to their advantage. What are they gaining? What are they gaining from the resistance? Nothing. So the Democrats, the Republicans, the Libertarians, the Liberals, the Conservatives, everybody, we need to get our act together, put it together, think America, and do America, and stop this silly, childish play yard scrappling. It's terrible. It's disgraceful. As an adult, I'm 73 years old, folks. I'm not ashamed of it, proud of it. And thank God for it, because I never thought I'd make it to 73. I used to think that 40 was old, and then 50 was old, and then 60 was old, and then 70 was old. Now I'm thinking 117 is old, But anyway, the point is, we, the people, the citizen voters of the United States of America, are reasonable people. We're good people. We're honest people. We're fair people. We're right people. And we just are tired of this. And if you don't give us stability and normality and tranquility, we're going to be very, very angry. Now, personally, I happen to think that we should wipe the Democrats off the face of the map. I really do. I think we should take every Democrat out of office, every congressperson, every female, male, no gender, non-gender, agender, whatever gender, who cares, what age, color, race, creed, Democrat name should be erased from the Congress of the United States. They disgrace me. I'm disgraced. I'm disgusted. I'm annoyed. I'm beside myself with anger. And if I could, I would use my magic wand and remove every single Democrat from the Congress of the United States of America and replace them with other people. Okay, that's a partisan issue. That's not everybody get together. That's not kumbaya. But I believe that it's true. So I think that in November, if we do that, if we re-elect all these Democrats, the resistance and the antagonism and the anti-Trumpers and the Nancy Pelosiites and the Schumerites and all the rest of those ites and the AO's tremendous mistake. And so, but anyway, whatever happens in November, and I believe that Donald Trump will win with an overwhelming majority, unbelievable landslide, we need to then move forward. I recommend to President Trump that he reapproach himself to the news, call them in, talk to them, and say, listen, folks, let's push the restart button. Let's get started over again, and let's stop the fake news. And I won't call you fake news, and you won't be fake news. Call in the analysts and the gurus and the media people on the talk shows and say, listen, I'm not asking you to be representing me as my defenders, but report accurately, report the truth, and we'll stop with the fake news, and you can stop with lying to the American people. Call in the unions and all these other people and say, listen, if there's an antagonism, I don't think there's any antagonism with the unions, so I'm not even going to go there. But call in the Democrats and say, listen, let's lay down the hatchet, let's stop calling each other names, let's stop incriminating resistance and persistence and whatever, and let's get on with the business of the nation, because the 4 years of President Trump's second term are going to be astounding. And it's to the benefit of the libertarians and the liberals and the Democrats to get on board and to join with all Americans in making America great again and keeping America great again and moving forward into the new times that are in front of us. Space exploration, the Space Force, new economies, America, the leader of the world again, and all that. It's going to be fantastic. I really believe it. And we can do it together. We can do it together. I think we'll do it anyway. I think Donald Trump will do it anyway, even if he has to do it by himself. But it would be so much better for America if we did it together. And I asked the Democrats and the antagonistic and the radicals to stop. Take stock of the destruction, because you're destroying. There used to be a phrase that my father said, you don't crap in your own nest. You don't crap in your own living room. You don't pee on your own bed. You know what I mean? You don't do that. And these groups, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and like more, are doing exactly that. And we have to tell them, stop it. You're making fools of yourself, and you're fouling everything up. You're fouling your nest, our bedroom, our bed, our country. You're making a mess of it. And we don't want your fecal, and we don't want your pee, and we don't want any of that crap. Stop. And if they don't stop, then arrest them. I mean, honestly, I'm so tired of it. I'm not a dictator, I'm not a tyrant, but if I had a magic wand and I could arrest every Antifa person, every Black Matters person, I would just arrest them. Take their masks off, take a picture of them, and show their pictures to the world, white, black, and indifferent, and say, these are the people who do not want the rest of us to succeed. These are the people who want to stop our success. These are the people by face and by name and by address and by telephone number. Show them all Antifa, Black Lives Matter. Show them all. Show their faces and their names and their address and their telephone numbers. Unmask them and say these are the people who want to destroy you and my listener and destroy me and destroy America and destroy our future and just get it done. Get it done. Okay, I'm going to stop there because that's enough. But I believe we can restart. I think we can bury the past. I think we can start into the future. I suggest that we do it right now, starting this summer, right away. Let the Democrats election campaign and let them champion their causes. Let the Republicans champion their causes. Let the people champion their cause. Let the president champion his cause. And let the right election, not mail-in ballot, not national mail-in ballot, cheating, but real votes going to the voting booth and casting that ballot. Let that be the decider. And if the Republicans win and Donald Trump wins and we gain I'm a Republican, so I'm going to say we gain the Congress, then let's move forward and stop the resistance and stop the roadblocks because they're not doing anybody any good. Okay, my dear friends, if you demand that, by the way, as citizen voters, if you demand that as members of the nation and the state and the city and the community, if you demand it from your elected officials, if you demand it from your mayor and all the rest of the guys, if you will not tolerate the Antifa and the Black Lives Matters obstructionism and destructionism, then we can have peace, tranquility, and progress in America. I want to thank you for listening. This is Frederick Henry of the Frederick Henry Podcast. If you want to contact me, you have to go to the Frederick Henry Show at WordPress.com. If this podcast for you has a like button, I would really appreciate you clicking the like button so I know that you've listened. I know we're having a tremendous surge of downloads of people listening, and we have a great number of new likes. If you have the opportunity to press a like button somewhere on this podcast, please do it. And let us know what you think. This is Frederick Henry, and you've been listening to The Frederick Henry Show. Thank you for listening.